So ADA has been in a uptrend, and following on from my previous update, you can see that we ended up tapping into the targets that I set out, where I mentioned that the short-term target was this region between 85.52 cents to 85.77 cents. Given that I was tracking a WX bar structure to complete the fourth wave, and so very quickly, if I just drop down to the 5-minute chart, what you can see is we had this correction move that played out made up of a WX bar structure. And this target is the Y wave target, which is anywhere between 1 to 1.226. And you can see that we ended up bottoming out at 85.56 cents. And that was then followed by this push to the upside to complete the fifth wave, which typically retraces anywhere between 1.226 to 1.618 of the wave 4, as you can see. And we ended up exceeding this region, given that we were in a bullish environment. And what you can see is we ended up having a five-way structure that formed to complete the fifth wave, like so, and that was then followed by this correction move to the downside, and we are currently witnessing an uptrend, and that was then confirmed once we ended up breaching past this level at 89.47 cents. So if I go back to the hourly chart, essentially what I'm looking at for, like I mentioned in my previous update, was a five-way structure, where this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And for this five-way structure to play out, what we need is for this wave 3 to reach the minimum requirement, which is the 1.618 level of the wave 1. So if I bring in the fib tool and bring this down to 80.26 cents, and so the 1.618 level sits at 90.8 cents, and it looks like we ended up exceeding that level. And so essentially a five-way structure has now been triggered, meaning that we are now on an uptrend. And so it's very much possible that this level at 90.97 cents is where we ended up topping off the wave 3. And then we had this correction move to the downside that played out to form the wave 4. And we could now be within this fifth wave right now to the upside, where this fifth wave could potentially reach anywhere between 1.226 to 1.618 of the wave 4. And so short-term target would be this region between 91.62 cents to 92.69 cents. And coincidentally, this region sits within this sell order block, which is shaded in red. And so I will be anticipating people taking profits, and that will then lead to a pullback. But the pullback could only last maybe a day or a couple of days, only time will tell really. And I'm anticipating a continuation to the upside, where we can then tap into this range that I talked about previously, where ADA could reach anywhere between $1.09 to $1.20. And in addition to that, what you can also see on the hourly chart is the price of ADA has also been finding support at the 50 EMA, which is a bullish signal. And we did have the Golden Cross event that took place on Monday the 8th of September, which is another bullish signal. And you can also see that the bulls still have the momentum as it stands right now. And so again, I'm looking at for ADA to actually tap into this range, and it is looking likely that we could actually breach past this level. So very quickly, if I drop down to the 5-minute chart and see what's actually taking place right now. And yeah, it looks like we are within this third wave, where we have this wave 1 that's playing out right now, and we have a wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5. And within this third wave, what we need is another five-way structure to form, and it's looking likely that this here is the wave 1, and the wave 2 that played out made up of a WX swap structure. And we can see the wave 3, 4, and 5 play out to complete this third wave, and shortly after we'll then see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out. And so if I bring in the fib tool and bring this down to 88.67 cents, so the next key target for ADA would be this level at 90.51 cents, which we haven't yet reached, but again, it's looking likely that we will reach that level. And that will then complete this third wave as a minimum requirement. And we can then see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out to complete this third wave, and then shortly after again, we'll then see the wave 4 and the wave 5 play out. And us actually breaching past this level, as you can see, which is currently signaled as being a strong high on smart money concept. That will then result in a breaker structure and a change of character, which will also further confirm that we are bullish. And so yeah, it's looking likely now that we are on a bullish trend, and it's looking likely that we ended up bottoming out at 71.81 cents, and we could now be on an uptrend where we see high highs. But of course, that's something I'm going to be tracking in the days to come, and I'll keep you guys updated. So yeah, that's just my update on Cardano ADA. Hopefully you found this useful, and if you did, then feel free to hit the like button, and if you're new, feel free to subscribe. Take it easy, people. Peace.